Manchester City are finito. I honestly can't believe what I'm watching. 6 defeats in 8 games. 4-time Premier League winners on the bounce. Champions League winners only a couple of years ago. World-class players. Kevin De Bruyne, Foden, Erling Haaland, Kyle Walker's legs. They need the January transfer window more than I need oxygen. I have not seen a side win the league with that much conviction, that much talent, that good of a manager fold like this. Manchester City are not even in the top 20. The top 20 of the Champions League. They are 22nd. They are below Celtic, below Benfica, below Atalanta, below Lille, below Brest. What are we genuinely now? What are we watching? Make sure you go down. Make sure you drop a like if you haven't already. Make sure you check out the Arsenal match reaction to Arsenal 3, Monaco 0. I have no idea what we're watching right now. It's honestly insane. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. The road to 40k is on. This is nuts. Absolutely nuts. Manchester City, Thiago Motta, a fairly inexperienced coach, did a really good job with Bologna. They're now unbeaten in their last 6 games against Man City, winning 4, drawing 2. And it was an impressive 2-0 victory. And what it was somewhat of a defensive masterclass from Thiago Motta. He limited City to 0.98 XG. 0.98. With that much attacking talent on the pitch, with Doku, with Silva, with De Bruyne, with Grealish. Grealish hasn't got a goal in nearly a year. Honestly, it's insane. Kyle Walker. Like, I've been defending this guy when he's been getting criticism, but I don't know how much longer I can defend you for, mate. Your legs. Man City just got cooked. If you're a City fan, just admit it. You lot just got cooked. Absolutely cooked. Vardial, Diaz, 2 top centre-backs. The experience of De Bruyne, Gundogan. We can talk about the Rodri injury all we want. We can talk about no Stones. No Savinho. They got rid of Alvarez, right? Nunes playing on the left constantly. No left back because Akanji and Ake are both out. I get they've got injuries. But they still got Nunes, Foden. They didn't even bring Foden on. Okay, don't get me wrong. Majority of their bench was academy talent tonight. But boy, this Juventus side, Dusan Vlahovic, a back 4, very unproven. Thuram, of course, we know his qualities. Cooper Miners, we know his qualities from AC Milan. Or was it he at... Oh, no, it was Atalanta, sorry. But boy, I mean, it's an inexperienced team. It's a fairly young team, to be fair, as well. We've got to talk about it because Man City now, I genuinely don't see... And this is going to sound mad, by the way, but I don't see a way out. We're sitting here, they're 4th in the league, and they're, if Liverpool win their game in hand, 11 points off the top, right? They've threw away a 3-goal lead against Feyenoord. They got battered by Sporting 4-1. In their last 3 Champions League games, they've conceded 9 goals. These are the champions. These are supposed to be the big dogs. Like, the drop-off is mad. We'll get to the goals in a minute, but look where Man City are. They're only above Dynamo Zagreb on goal difference. They're only above Stuttgart by a point. Like, it's... Real Madrid are above them by a point, right? But we know Madrid in the Champions League. they'll fancy themselves against anyone in the knockouts if they don't get the automatic qualification. Even if they get, I don't know, Bayern Munich, they're fancying themselves. Even if they get Atletico Madrid away or Dortmund, Madrid are coming out on top, you know. Jason loves settings, just straight to Pound Town. The goals, Manchester City's performance, like Mckennie, Dusan Vlahovic, Mckennie off the bench as well. City had a lot of chances, but just lack conviction in front of goal, lack clear-cut chances for Erling Haaland. You know, Locatelli delivers a ball to the back post. I can't remember who it was. Someone tried an acrobatic effort at the back post. Ederson makes a smart save, and it comes back to Vlahovic, and he just heads towards goal. Ederson tries to keep it out, but it just kind of dribbled over the line, and it was Juventus deserved it. And the second goal, you know, Mckennie finds himself out wide, crosses, deflects into his path, and then he floats a delivery to the back post, Weyer, and then it goes straight into Mckennie, and he scores. And the two Americans combine with a really worked goal. And fair play to Juventus. That is Italian teams at home in the Champions League this season. Atalanta have pretty much, I don't know if they have lost the game at home this season. AC Milan have been very good at home this season. Inter Milan, of course, beat Arsenal. You know the way Italians are going to play. Tell a lie, Atalanta lost last night at home, but they gave it a great, fantastic effort. You know, Bologna as well, another really, really good side. You know the way the Italians are going to play. They're always so strong defensively. But boy, oh boy, City, man. Mckennie off the bench, good goal. Vlahovic, always been a threat for Juventus. Since he's been there from Fiorentina, the guy has always been a threat. Like I look at Manchester City right now, and I'm going to be honest, guys. Their game's coming up with Man United and Aston Villa. Aston Villa. I'll be honest, guys. Is it mad if I say I don't know when they're going to win a game? Yes. Great result against Nottingham Forest. Absolutely. Then you follow it up with a 2-2 draw at Selhurst Park. Like, City fans have got to be tearing their heart out. Now, what's the problem? How is this happening? Well, it's a number of reasons. The drop-off from a lot of the performances from last season to this season. Haaland, nowhere near as good. Right? Phil Foden, non-existent this season in the Premier League. Jack Grealish hasn't got a goal in over a year. Defensive mistakes again and again and again and again and again. Constant defensive mistakes in both the Champions League and in both the Premier League. Knocked out the League Cup early doors. In their last 8 games, they've conceded 2 against Spurs, 2 against Bournemouth, 4 against Sporting, that's 8, 2 against Brighton, that's 10, 4 against Manchester City, that's 14, 3 against Feyenoord, that's 17, 2 against Liverpool, that's 19. They didn't concede against Forest, 2 against Crystal Palace, it's 21, and 2 against Juventus, that's 23 goals conceded in 8 games for a Premier League winning defence of last season is categorically unacceptable. The decision-making from Pep Guardiola to constantly play Matthias Nunes outside when he creates absolutely nothing. The fact that the players' drop-offs have fallen off a cliff in defensive errors constantly from Kyle Walker. The lack of positional awareness this guy has got, who's supposed to be renowned as the greatest right-back in Premier League history, I think is absolutely insane. Lewis last week showed heart, showed grit, showed determination, right, to get that goal against Crystal Palace. A few minutes later, he's sent off. If nothing is going their way, they need the January window so badly. So badly. And even then, they're going to need to bring in, Manchester City are going to need to bring in, and I'm not exaggerating here, 4 players. They need to bring in a number 9 who can be a backup to Erling Haaland. They need to bring a wide player who can actually be a threat, and they need 2 centre-backs. Like, we can talk about the Rodri injury all we want, but boy, oh boy, they stink. I sound like I'm speaking about, I genuinely sound like I'm speaking about Leighton Orient here. Like, the drop-off it's absolutely nuts. It's nuts. which we're seeing. It really, really is. I'd love to know your thoughts. Make sure you get down and drop a like. Make sure you have subscribed to the channel. The road to 40K is well and truly on. And I'll see you all soon. Thank you for watching.